My mind feels like an overworked factory, as if it bench pressed 50-ton weights and ran a marathon at the same time. The day started casually enough, a greeting from family members, a continuation on watching a film called The End of the Tour with my sister, bagels, baklava, and coffee, till we had a very interesting and profound discussion on the film. The conversation was about how David Foster Wallace's family did not consent to allowing the author of the book Infinite Jest, for whom this movie is based on, to be portrayed in this narrative. This sparked an intriguing discussion on the nature of the filmmaker's decision to make this film and whether they were morally in the right to do this project. Ultimately, I came away from the discussion believing it was overall a better way for fans of the author's work to better understand the man from the story, but do think it was still strange how the family was not consulted on the project. The film itself is an interesting deep dive into the mind of a very unique individual. After the discussion, I looked into the news today and found that mass hiring for new jobs is at a new high, and that news is causing fear for inflation, because more hiring, the more competitive wages, the more prices increase due to sellers taking advantage of increased wages, the more rapidly inflation rises. After that engaging news, Mom arrived and I greeted her, stating I was happy to see her. After a brief conversation about needing to go get her smog check, she left to do just that, and I was in my room afterwards watching a new Dan Dingle video about the new Google Earth feature that allows you to make any location on the map interactive and explorable. He decided to make Times Square a post-it note location for some silly reason before I got bored and decided to do research on what it takes to become a dog walker. The process was unexpectedly more involved than I was expecting, like needing to be trained for pet care, bringing a lot of supplies, wearing sunscreen, having a whistle. It overwhelmed me, so I shut my research down and instead of deciding to take a break from my phone and instead I decided to help take a break from my phone and help my sister move things out of her room she is currently residing in because of an unexpected leak incident that wet the carpet and the floorboards. So I helped her with moving some furniture out. After Mom returned with a cap for the area where the water leaked, she asked if I was interested in going to the grocery store. I said yes, and we were off to buy food for 2 weeks. When we arrived at the grocery store, I needed to move a cart out of the way, and then we continued on our way to the store. After a good hour of shopping and purchasing our food, me and Mom had a nice ice cream berry sundae at the food court, talking about future plans for the backyard. And then I shared a dream I had last night, going into a fancy Carl's Jr. with a group of people and being seated at a table. After that, we drove home, unpacked the groceries. I had a conversation with my sister, which I found very intriguing. I took a nap in my room, went into the room affected by the spill, ate some Funyuns and drank some probiotic Pepsi, watched a goofy show called The Gong Show, where three judges judge a performer, and if they don't like them, they hit the gong. And if they do hear them out, they give them a score based on their performance. It was a very silly show, and I felt my IQ point dropping with each new moment. There was an old lady singing about alley cats to the three judges and three performers playing some instruments. And yeah, after that, we watched I Dream of Jeannie episode. It was about how the genie's master wanted to make salt water drinkable. It was pretty interesting. Finally, after all of that, I was browsing YouTube and I found a Rary Harryhausen documentary. Decided to check that out with my mom and my sister. It was pretty interesting. I liked seeing him discuss how he became interested in stop motion. It was from watching King Kong, and he was never the same. And he did a lot of fairy tales and a lot of other stories that ultimately inspired a new generation of special effects artists, like Dan Mirren, and stop motion film director. Um, oh gosh, I'm forgetting his name. He was the guy who did James and the Giant Peach. He also did, what was it called again? Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline, and recently Wendy and Wild. I don't know why I'm blanking out on his name right now, but Ray Harryhausen inspired that man. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Then my mom was getting sleepy, so we decided to turn in for the night. I went to my room. I wrote out the first few minutes of my script, which I took pictures of. Asked Google Gemini to transcribe everything I wrote out, so I could post it into my uh, video prompt app, and then I read out the whole thing. Fun fact, the first 4 minutes and 31 seconds I was reading from the prompt, which is why I sound like I'm struggling to say what it's saying, because I didn't want to do a retake because it's getting late and I just want to snap this in one go. And right now I'm going completely off the cuff. So that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and take my vitamins. I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to go to bed. So thank you for watching. Very much appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.